In problem number 9, Andy and Ben had a total of $60. If Andy gave Ben $8, then they would have an equal amount of money. How much money did Ben have in the beginning? Well, again, this is something we could solve either logically or using a table. In the end, they need to have the same amount of money. They start out having a total of $60, and Andy gives Ben $8. So all we really know at the beginning is that they have $60. Maybe Andy has, and so Andy is going to give Ben $8 so that Andy has to, and then in the end they have the same amount. So Andy has to have more than Ben to begin with. Now you could probably come up with a pretty good guess of this, or there are a number of different guesses. Let's just say we choose something random, like Andy has $50 and Ben has $10. Well, if we subtract 50 from Andy and we subtract 8 from Andy and add 8 to Ben, then that would give them 42 and 18. So they don't have the same amount of money. So that amount of money that Andy has is too much, because in the end, Andy still has way more than he should. So let's go down to 40. If we start with 40 for Andy and 20 for Ben, we subtract 8. And now Andy has 32 and Ben has 28. So it's still not an equal number, but we're getting closer. So we definitely don't want to jump down a whole another $10. Let's go down $1. Again, since they have to have a total, if Andy has $39, then Ben has to have 21, since they have a total of $60 between them. We're going to take away 8 from Andy and add 8 to Ben, and so now Andy has 31 and Ben has 29. Well, let's just start $1 lower for Andy and $1 higher for Ben, so that we started out a total of $60, but Andy has 38 and Ben has 22. We subtract 8 from Andy and add it to Ben, and now they both have $30. So how much money did Ben have in the beginning? Ben should have had $22. Now, as I said, there might have been a number of ways you could have done this. You could have started with the fact that they both have to end up with $30. And since Andy gave away $8, you just add 8 back onto Andy. So they start off at the end, or they end up rather, both having the same amount, but Andy gave away $8. So we're going to add $8 onto Andy. And Ben received $8, so we're going to take that away from him, so that at the beginning Andy had 38 and Ben had 22. Now when Andy gives away the $8, you get to the original amount. How much did Ben have in the beginning? You get to them both having the same amount. How much did Ben have in the beginning? $22. Two different ways that you might go about doing that. Now, how would we solve this algebraically? We know that Andy and Ben have $60, so A plus B equals 60. We could also say that $8 less from Andy's amount would equal $8 more added on to Ben's amount. So if we wanted to solve for what A is, we add 8 to both sides, so that originally Andy had to have $16 more than Ben. So when he gave away 8, they ended up the same. Now we take, since another name for A is B plus 16, we can now write the equation B plus 16 plus B is equal to 60. Adding the two B's together, we get 2B plus 16 is 60. Subtracting 16 from both sides, we get that 2B is equal to 44, divide by 2, and B is equal to 22, which was the original amount that Ben had.